Today, I wanted to talk about who and what the Demiurge is. First, let's dive into the who. Now, the Demiurge goes by various names all across the planet, but according to the Gnostic tradition, the name of the Demiurge is Yaldabaoth, the lion-faced power. Now, the Gnostics talked about how the Demiurge is a false god, supreme demon, who is pretending to be the supreme father god of various religions on the planet. Now, the origin of the story of the Demiurge goes as follows. Now, keep in mind, it varies from Gnostic tradition. Okay, it's not the same depending on what Gnostic text you read. So the tradition that appealed to me was the Aeon of Wisdom, Sophia. She was seeking more wisdom to increase herself, and she made a mistake. This mistake led to this creation of supreme demons called archons. These archons created a prison for souls. This prison is a prison of amnesia, where souls constantly come here and memory wipe and are worshiping supreme demons and don't realize that they're worshiping supreme demons while these demons pretend to be supreme gods. Now, it isn't practical to talk about Sophia or Yaldabaoth because you'll never actually meet them. You never see Yaldabaoth. However, you can identify the Demiurge because the behavior of the Demiurge is the same throughout empires, cultures, and religions. Now, if you're being very alert, here is what you're looking for. You're looking for a supreme father head god that is essentially anti-human, that requires constant war and violence, constant blood sacrifice, whether human or animal, demands blind worship, and does not like for humans to become smarter or independent. Now, what is the Demiurge? From our perspective, we probably can't identify the individual archon itself, but we can see that it is an evil genius consciousness that is taking advantage of people according to their own personal imbalances. Imbalances like trauma, fear, ego, anger, revenge, delusion, and attachments could easily lead a person to worshiping the Demiurge, because essentially, really, you're worshiping your own shadow or your lower self. You just don't realize it because you haven't outgrown your own shadow or lower self. Now, the Demiurge has many avatars. These avatars are typically going to be supreme father head gods. So these avatars include the Sumerian supreme father head god Enlil, the Babylonian supreme father head god Marduk, the Greek supreme father head god Zeus, the Hebrew supreme father head god Yahweh, the Muslim supreme father head god Allah, the Canaanite supreme father head god El or Baal, the Indian supreme father head god Indra, and so on and so forth. Now, most of the spiritual traditions on the planet worship the Demiurge. From my study of religion, spirituality, archaeology, and history, there's only 2 spiritual traditions on the planet that promoted enlightenment and self-improvement on a national level, where the knowledge is not kept secret. Those 2 traditions are Egyptian and Indian. Now, it's not that these 2 countries did not have blood sacrifice gods. It's just that most of the gods in their pantheons are benevolent beings that provide a doorway for you to connect to the one true infinite creator. Now, for the sake of simplicity, we're going to start with Mesopotamia. In 3500 BC, in ancient Sumeria, the supreme father head god was Enlil. He was a war god. He had lightning. He was very violent. He demanded sacrifice and worship. And he made it very clear that humans are only good for labor. In 2300 BC, Sumer gets conquered by Akkad. They decide to make Marduk their supreme father head god. But Marduk is slightly different because he has characteristics of both Enlil and Enki. Enki is a god of enlightenment and self-improvement. Now, obviously, if you do your research, you'll see that Enki is the god of wisdom, order, and magic. Basically, enlightenment and self-improvement. So Marduk is a little bit more likable. In 1900 BC, Akkad gets conquered by Babylon. Babylon keeps Marduk as their supreme father head god. In 600 BC, Babylon gets conquered by Assyria. Assyria keeps Marduk as their supreme father head god. In 480 BC, now comes Greece. They get into their golden age and establish their empire in the Middle East as well as Europe. Now, the philosophers, or the famous spiritual initiates of the Greek tradition, learned at the feet of the Egyptian priests. So Greek mythology is really coming out of Egypt. And of course, the supreme father head god is Zeus. Now, Zeus demanded blind worship, blood sacrifice. He is a war god, and he absolutely rejected human independence. In fact, the story of Prometheus goes as follows. Prometheus wanted to give humans fire, wisdom, technology, and wanted to help humans become better. Zeus found out about this and punished Prometheus eternally with having a bird of prey feed on Prometheus's liver every day, because Zeus did not want humans to become independent or smarter. So, the lie that you were told that Zeus is a hero, it's nonsense. It was a complete lie. Zeus was really just a lustful tyrant. All his heroic victories were reframed. They were really conquests. A lot of those beings that Zeus defeated were actually coming from the earth. She sent her giants, which represents her own immune system, from the ocean, her dragons and her giants, to try to stop Zeus or the archons from seizing the planet. So this isn't a story of some hero who defeats all kinds of villains. This is really of an unbeatable tyrant who could not be stopped by the very Earth's immune system and even Father Time himself. In fact, there's a story of Zeus where he has a son that's going to be born and going to become stronger than him. So Zeus decides to eat his own son. So there you go. Now, Zeus's story actually never comes to an end. The only thing that kind of ends Zeus's story is Rome. So in 146 BC, Rome conquers Greece. Rome takes Greek mythology, reframes it into Roman mythology. Zeus is renamed into Jupiter. Now, Rome goes through several cultural shifts, but one of the main ones was Rome transitions into becoming a Christian empire, ruled by Christian emperors. So, in 325 AD, Christianity became the state religion of Rome. And all that happened was Jupiter and Zeus became combined. And now they worship Zeus. Now, the Roman Empire spanned, I believe, for almost 2,000 years, or a little over 2,000 years. So in 1453, they get conquered by Arab groups. The next empire that comes is the Ottoman Empire. That is a Muslim empire. So the next supreme father head god is Allah. In the 1900s, the last of the Muslim empires end. America comes to power as a Christian nation, and thus Jesus is number one again. So it's the same supreme father head god that keeps on getting repackaged and renamed. It's essentially the same being. Everybody's worshiping Zeus or Enlil. Doesn't matter what the name is. Everyone is worshiping the Demiurge. Now, here's the thing with Jesus, that there is a nuance. There are two Jesuses. One is Jesus Christ, that was created by Rome, to be an avatar of the Demiurge, and the other is Yeshua the Messiah, who came to connect you to the one true infinite creator, to give you the truth, to make you aware of your divine soul, your divine potential.